Alright, so my entry for Imagine this year was a music video. Uh, I chose the song Wake Up by NF for its great beat, and I like the strong lyrics, and I had some pre-made film for it, but I'll talk about that in a second. My goal for this project was to create a music video that I would enjoy showing to other people and not really be like ashamed of it. If that makes sense at all. I had 4 weeks to edit in Final Cut Pro, and I used about 3.5 of those weeks, so it's quite a bit. Most of my filming was done in a kind of like a factory that had been abandoned, kind of in Munkfors, Sweden. I had gone there with the Swedish dancers, and I had taken some video of Nate, and that thought of that I might be able to use it for a music video, and I kind of already know the song that I was gonna put it to, and um, I thought that that would be a great place. And if you watch the video, it's kind of like a brick and a lot of graffiti, and I didn't have as much video as I needed, so I had to get Nate again and dress up in all the clothes that he had 6 months ago, and we went out and we filmed some more. Luckily, there was some. It looked about the same. I mean, it wasn't the same weather, but it looked about the same. And so I added that, and it's all in black and white, so that helped too. Um, the best part about it, I thought, was probably how the beat of the music fit into scene changes. Um, so a big problem that I had to overcome when I started the project was when I was in Sweden. I did all my filming on my phone, and um, if you know anything about filming on your phone, you should always hold it like this, never like this, because when you view it on your phone, it's going to appear on the screen like this, but when you put it on a computer, the computer screen looks like this, so you're going to have only a portion of the screen filled and with black on each side, and that's not very good. So I had this great film that I didn't really want to not use, and I didn't want to scrap the whole project. So something that I thought of kind of early on, kind of what motivated me to get most of this done, was I would put the whole video into chunks, kind of. Instead of only having one video going at a time and having black spots on the side, I would use those black spots for like kind of like a frame, almost like a window pane. I would have different, if that makes a lot of sense. And so throughout the video, I have points where it is as if the character, if he were to walk through those barriers into the next scene. I kind of liked how that worked out too. When I had filmed it, I just assumed, hey, he'll just be transitioned into the next scene and it'll make sense. But when I put it on the actual video, it made even more sense. It looked even better, honestly, just from the way I filmed it. Another thing that I did that kind of I liked too was whenever I found a mistake on the video that I had done in Sweden on my phone, I took that and I did like a flash effect, and you'll see that in a few spots. And I had to make it consistently throughout the video. There's a spot where I show my foot. There's a spot where you see someone. I spent most of my time lining everything up so it would work, so he could go from scene to scene to scene to scene. If you watch the video, at the end of a scene, he walks into the next screen, kind of, but the old screen stays, and it becomes more of like a frame. And I adjusted the contrast to make it look kind of interesting, and not so it's just like all of a sudden, oh, he just stopped. It makes it more of a toned video, I guess. So what I learned about this video is when you film, always turn your phone sideways. Always. Always, always, always. Always. What I also learned was a lot of cool things about Final Cut. I was able to do a text mask, make a text kind of sandwich between a character and the background. So I made it look like this text was behind this person, but in front of the background. And if you'll see, that's the very last scene where Nate is kind of standing, and I go right behind him. I walk up. And, if I had another chance to redo it, I would probably do this. But now that I'm looking back on it, it honestly makes it kind of not better, but I feel like I did a great job of what I had, and I think that since I had the film vertically, it it didn't really mess it up more than it enhanced it, if that makes sense. I was able to use what I had to kind of make what I thought would be good, and I think the fact that I didn't have what I wanted kind of made me want to work even harder to make it something better than it was. Just the fact that the first thing that Mrs. Dink told me was, "You can't do this," kind of made me think to myself, I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna show her that I'm gonna do this, and I did, and that's probably the biggest thing that I liked about this project. It was a big struggle at first, kind of figuring out what I was gonna do, and pulled through, and I had a lot of fun. It was kind of cool to go through and line everything up and get all the transitions I needed. And when something wouldn't work, I'd have to go online and find some way to do it. And it was kind of cool to figure that out. And that was probably my favorite part about doing it. Kind of showing myself that, you know, just because someone says you can't do it doesn't mean that you can't. If you'd like to watch my video, I'll put an annotation. Use your mouse and you'll click right there.